Welcome to Zoe Stories. I slept over at her house. Now I'm her feminine slave. It was supposed to be a simple, harmless sleepover. Just Jake, shy and quiet, and his longtime friend Clara. They had grown up together, sharing laughs, secrets, and awkward teenage confessions. At 19, Jake still carried a sense of emotional insecurity, the kind that made him shrink in social situations and avoid confrontation. Clara, on the other hand, had always been confident, commanding, and slightly mischievous. Her smile could charm anyone, but Jake knew there was something deeper, something controlling beneath it. "Come on, Jake," she said, bouncing on the balls of her feet as she led him into her room. "You're going to love tonight. Just relax." Jake nodded, his stomach tightening. Relax? He wanted to, truly. But the knot of unease in his chest refused to loosen. The room was cozy, dimly lit, with soft music playing in the background. Clara's eyes glinted mischievously as she pulled out a box from under her bed. "What's that?" Jake asked, curiosity mixed with apprehension. Clara smiled sweetly, almost hypnotically. "Just something fun. I thought maybe tonight you could try something different." Jake felt a chill run down his spine. "Try something different?" Her voice was soft, but there was an unmistakable command behind it. Before he could protest, she opened the box. Inside were delicate skirts, blouses, makeup, and a pair of soft ballet flats. "I thought it would be fun if you dressed up tonight," she said, her tone playful, but there was a firmness underneath. "Just for me." Jake swallowed hard. I don't know. This is weird." Clara tilted her head, eyes sparkling with a mix of amusement and authority. "Weird can be fun. Trust me. I'll guide you." Jake hesitated, glancing at the clothes. The fabrics looked soft, inviting but alien. His pulse raced. Should I? His mind screamed resistance. But something in Clara's gaze, the subtle power she wielded, made it almost impossible to say no. Minutes later, Jake found himself changing behind the curtain of her bedroom. Every movement felt awkward, foreign, and humiliating. The skirt brushed against his legs, the blouse hugged his chest, and the ballet flats felt strange under his feet. Clara's voice was gentle but firm from the other side. "Stand tall. Breathe. Be confident. Or at least look like you are." Jake's reflection in the mirror made him flinch. The boy he had been was still there, hesitant, nervous, unsteady. But beneath the surface, something new stirred. Something feminine, delicate, vulnerable. Clara stepped behind him, adjusting his hair and whispering in his ear. "You look beautiful. And this is just the beginning." Jake's heart thumped wildly. Beautiful? The word echoed in his mind, intoxicating and terrifying all at once. He wanted to deny it. He wanted to run. But the pull of Clara's control, the strange thrill coursing through him, made him freeze. And in that moment, Jake realized, tonight, nothing would ever be the same. The morning after the sleepover, Jake woke to the soft, golden light filtering through Clara's curtains. His heart was still racing from the night before. He sat on the edge of her bed, dressed in the camisole and pleated skirt she had guided him into, and stared at his reflection in the mirror across the room. He barely recognized himself. The boy who had nervously slipped into her house hours ago was gone. Or at least, he felt that way. In his place was someone new, soft, delicate, trembling under the weight of unfamiliar fabric and an unfamiliar identity. Clara entered quietly, her eyes gleaming with mischief and authority. "Good morning, pretty girl," she said, voice calm but commanding. "Today, we start learning how she moves, speaks, and exists. Are you ready?" Jake swallowed hard. Pretty girl, she? His stomach twisted. Fear, curiosity, and a strange thrill mingled into one. He nodded hesitantly. Clara guided him to her room's corner, where a small collection of lingerie and camisoles lay neatly folded. "First, she needs a base," Clara said, handing him a soft, lacy camisole. "This will shape her body and prepare her for what's next." Jake's hands shook as he held the delicate fabric. Every thread, every lace edge felt alien against his skin. He looked down, hesitating. Clara knelt beside him, gently brushing a strand of hair from his face. It's okay to be nervous. She's nervous too. But she belongs here with me. Jake's cheeks burned. He wanted to resist, but a subtle, undeniable pull drew him forward. Slowly, he slipped the camisole over his head, feeling the soft fabric hug his chest. Every inch of it reminded him that he was stepping further away from Jake and closer to her. Next came makeup. Clara sat him before her vanity, brushes and powders lined up like tools in a delicate ritual. Close your eyes, she instructed softly. Let me guide her. Every brushstroke shapes her, every touch brings her to life. Foundation first, gently applied, blending the pale skin into a flawless canvas. Then blush, soft and subtle, added warmth to his cheeks. Eyeshadow highlighted his eyes, eyeliner defining the shape, mascara lengthening lashes. Each application was intimate, invasive, and electrifying. Jake's hands trembled. Every glance in the mirror revealed a stranger, yet a stranger he could feel growing inside him. He wanted to turn away, but Clara's soft encouragement kept him in place. You're beautiful, she whispered, adjusting a stray hair. The words struck him like lightning. Beautiful me? The thought left his chest tight, heat rushing to his face. Clara handed him a delicate blouse and a soft skirt. Now she dresses fully, she said. Jake struggled at first, fumbling with buttons, skirts, and straps. Every motion felt clumsy, every glance at the mirror humiliating. The soft fabrics brushed against places he wasn't used to, reminding him of the femininity he had only begun to explore. Clara guided his hands when needed, correcting posture, adjusting hems, straightening the skirt. See? She already moves differently. Her body is learning. And so is her mind. Jake's pulse raced. Humiliation, shame, and an odd, forbidden thrill coursed through him. He wanted to scream, to protest, but a part of him was already obeying. Already learning. Clara led him into the living room, where space allowed for practice. She walks softly, with grace. She sways gently, but confidently. Try it. Jake's first steps were awkward. He stumbled in the ballet flats, hips rigid, spine tense. Clara laughed softly, not cruelly, but teasingly. Relax, she murmured. Feel the sway. Let her take over. Every step is hers. With each hesitant stride, Jake's embarrassment deepened, but so did the strange thrill. Each glance from Clara, each correction, pulled him further into submission. Clara sat him back at the vanity. Her voice is soft, calm, sweet. She speaks gently, confidently. Try saying my name as her. Jake's voice wavered at first, high-pitched and uncertain. See, Clara, he whispered. Good, she encouraged, brushing his hair behind his ears. Perfect. She's finding herself. Every word made his cheeks burn hotter. Every syllable pulled him further away from Jake, deeper into the delicate, vulnerable girl he was becoming. Jake looked at himself in the mirror. The boy he had been was fading, hesitant, shy, uncertain. The girl in the reflection was soft, vulnerable, delicate, yet trembling with the stirrings of desire and submission. Tears prickled his eyes. Humiliation, fear, and a strange thrill coursed through him. Who am I, really? He wondered. Jake? Or her? Clara leaned close, voice like silk and steel. Look at her. She's beautiful. She belongs to me, and she's learning to belong to herself. As night fell, Clara whispered in his ear, her breath warm and intoxicating. Tomorrow we go out. The world will see her, and she will learn what it means to truly exist as her. Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, excitement, shame, and anticipation collided. He wanted to resist, but a small, trembling part of him wanted to obey. He looked at the mirror one last time before sleep, whispering, Am I Jake, or am I becoming her? And in that quiet moment he realized, tonight was only the beginning. Jake's heart thumped like a drum as Clara led him out of her house. The morning air was crisp, and every step in the delicate ballet flats made his knees tremble. His pleated skirt swayed gently, and the soft blouse hugged his frame, reminding him with every movement how far he had stepped from being Jake and how close he was to becoming her. Clara's hand rested lightly on his lower back, a subtle but constant reminder of her control. "Relax," she whispered, voice calm and teasing. "She's beautiful. People will notice, and they'll like it." Jake's chest tightened. Like it? Or laugh? He couldn't tell. The street was bustling, eyes occasionally flicking toward them, whispers brushing past like invisible fingers. Every gaze made his cheeks burn hotter. They entered a small, sunlit cafe. The smell of coffee and pastries filled the air, a pleasant distraction that did little to calm Jake's nerves. Clara guided him to a window table. "Remember," she said softly. "She moves gently, speaks softly, and looks delicate. Own it." Jake's hands trembled as he adjusted his skirt, fingers clutching the edge of the table. A young man at a neighboring table leaned over, smiling. "Excuse me, you look really elegant." Jake froze, his face flushing crimson. Clara's eyes sparkled as she whispered, "See? That's her. Enjoy it." Humiliation and an odd thrill twisted inside him. Every compliment, every glance, every whispered word confirmed his growing transformation. He was becoming her, whether he wanted to admit it or not. When it was time to order, Jake's voice wavered, high-pitched and trembling. I'd like a cappuccino, please," he stammered. The barista smiled politely, unbothered by the unusual tone, but Jake's cheeks burned even hotter. Clara leaned close, brushing a strand of hair behind his ear. "Perfect," she murmured. "She's learning. Every word, every gesture, it's shaping her. And she's beautiful." Jake's pulse raced. "Beautiful? Me?" The word echoed in his mind, intoxicating and terrifying. Humiliation collided with excitement, leaving him breathless. After coffee, Clara guided him through the busy shopping street. The mall was crowded. People glanced, some lingered. Whispers floated in the air, and Jake felt exposed, vulnerable, and electrified all at once. "See," Clara murmured. "Every gaze, every whisper, they notice her. And she's learning to love it." Jake's legs trembled. Shame, embarrassment, and a secret thrill coalesced into a dizzying storm. He wanted to run, but a small part of him, trembling and flushed, wanted to stay, to obey, to be seen as her. Passing a shop window, Jake caught his reflection. He stopped in his tracks. The boy he had been, shy, hesitant, uncertain, was fading. In his place was a delicate, feminine figure. Soft features, high cheekbones highlighted with blush, gentle curves, and a nervous, but elegant posture. Clara leaned close, her breath warm. "Look at her," she whispered. "Isn't she beautiful?" Jake's chest tightened, tears pricking his eyes. Humiliation, desire, and awe collided inside him. Am I really becoming her? Every glance from strangers, every compliment, every whispered instruction from Clara pulled him deeper into submission. The boy named Jake felt further away with each step. Yet part of him resisted, holding on to his old identity, even as another part thrilled at being feminine, delicate, and controlled. He stumbled slightly in his flats. Clara steadied him with a gentle touch. "Perfect," she whispered. "She's learning to walk in her world. And the world is noticing." Jake swallowed, cheeks flaming. Fear, embarrassment, and excitement tangled together in a tight knot in his stomach. As they stepped out of the mall into the bustling street, Clara's phone buzzed with a message. "Tonight, dinner with my friends. Everyone will see her. Let's see if she can handle it in public." Jake's stomach twisted. More exposure. More humiliation. Fear, anticipation, and a strange longing churned inside him. He glanced at his reflection in a shiny storefront, whispering under his breath, "Am I Jake, or am I becoming her?" And in that instant he realized the journey had only just begun. The evening air was cool and fragrant as Clara led Jake to her car. The city lights reflected off the streets, sparkling like tiny diamonds, but Jake hardly noticed. Every step in his soft ballet flats made his knees tremble, and the delicate skirt swayed with a rhythm that seemed to betray his nervous heartbeat. Clara's hand rested lightly on his back, guiding his movements. "Relax," she whispered, voice gentle but commanding. "Tonight, she faces the world. And the world will see her. She must be perfect." Jake's stomach twisted. Perfect? He felt anything but. His chest tightened, palms damp with anxiety, and his mind raced. "I can't do this. I can't." But Clara's gaze held him captive. Her eyes sparkled with authority and subtle amusement, a mixture of teasing and dominance that left him frozen, trembling, and unwilling to resist. They arrived at a chic restaurant, lights soft and warm, the clinking of cutlery and quiet murmur of conversations filling the air. Clara held the door open for Jake. "After me," she said softly. "Remember, she is elegant. She is delicate. She is beautiful." Jake swallowed hard. The words echoed in his mind like a forbidden mantra. His legs felt like jelly as he followed her inside, trying to emulate the graceful steps she had drilled into him for weeks. As they approached the table where Clara's friends were waiting, Jake's heart pounded. He could feel every gaze on him, some curious, some amused. He kept his head low, hands folded delicately in his lap, cheeks burning with a mix of embarrassment and shame. Clara's friends glanced up, eyes widening. "Wow," one of them whispered. "She's stunning." Jake froze. The word she felt strange, intoxicating, and terrifying all at once. Humiliation flooded his body, and yet a small, forbidden thrill made his chest tighten in a way he couldn't explain. Clara smiled, brushing a hand across his shoulder. "Thank you," she said, proud but subtly dominant. "She's been learning." Jake's stomach twisted as whispers and compliments washed over him. Every word chipped away at his old identity. Every glance emphasized the girl he was becoming. When it was time to order, Jake's voice wavered, high-pitched and delicate. I'd like the salmon, please," he murmured. The waiter smiled politely, unaware of the storm of embarrassment and humiliation roiling inside him. Clara leaned in, her lips brushing his ear. "Perfect. She's learning to speak like herself. Every word is shaping her. And she's beautiful." Jake's heart raced. "Beautiful? Me?" The word echoed through his mind, intoxicating and terrifying, as if cementing the truth he could no longer deny. Conversation flowed around him, snippets of laughter, casual chatter, and subtle teasing. Clara's friends occasionally glanced at him, murmuring admiration. Every compliment, every smile, every fleeting gaze made Jake feel both exposed and oddly exhilarated. Halfway through dinner, Clara decided it was time to test him further. She should serve the appetizers, she whispered, voice low and commanding. Jake froze. "Serve him?" The thought of moving across the table in delicate heels, with the risk of stumbling or being laughed at, made his stomach flip. But Clara's hand rested firmly on his back, guiding him. "She can do this. And she will do it beautifully." Trembling, Jake rose, carrying the plates with careful precision. Every misstep, every wobble, every glance from Clara's friends made his cheeks burn hotter. Yet he obeyed. He delivered the plates, soft voice thanking everyone, hands shaking slightly, heart pounding in humiliation and unexpected exhilaration. After returning to his seat, Jake's hands trembled, and he avoided eye contact. Clara reached across, gently lifting his chin. "Look at me," she whispered. "She's perfect. She's learning. And she belongs to me and to herself." Jake's chest tightened. Tears pricked his eyes. Shame, embarrassment, and a strange, forbidden thrill collided inside him. He wanted to deny it, to run, to be Jake again, but a small, trembling part of him wanted to surrender completely. As the dinner progressed, Clara's phone buzzed discreetly. She glanced at it, a subtle smile curling her lips. "Tomorrow," she whispered, voice low, teasing and dangerous. "We'll take her somewhere even bigger, the world outside, where everyone will see. Let's see if she can truly handle being her." Jake's stomach lurched. Fear, anticipation, and a strange longing twisted inside him. He looked down at his reflection in the polished tabletop, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake? Or am I truly becoming her? The question hung heavy in the air, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission and self-discovery. The sunlight streamed through the giant glass windows of the shopping mall, reflecting off polished floors and glass displays. Jake's heart raced as Clara guided him through the entrance. His heels clicked softly against the tiles, the delicate skirt swaying with each nervous step. The world outside her house suddenly felt huge, intimidating, and full of judgmental eyes. Clara's hand rested lightly on his lower back, steadying him. "Relax," she whispered. "She's perfect. Everyone will notice, and they'll admire her." Jake swallowed hard. Admire? He felt anything but confident. His stomach churned, cheeks burning as he clutched the edge of his skirt, trying to maintain balance and composure. Clara led him past clothing stores and boutiques. Every glance from strangers, every whisper carried like a spotlight on him. Jake's knees trembled, and he felt exposed, every inch of his body screaming in embarrassment. "Walk slowly," Clara instructed softly. "Feel her sway. Let her exist in this space." Jake forced himself to mimic her instructions. Each step was a battle, heels wobbling, skirt brushing against his legs. Yet, with every corrected posture and whispered instruction, a strange thrill coursed through him. Shame and excitement intertwined in a confusing storm. They stopped at a large store with full-length mirrors. Jake froze as he caught his reflection. The girl staring back at him was delicate, feminine, and soft. High cheekbones, gentle curves, eyes wide with nervousness. Every inch of him reflected someone he barely recognized. Clara leaned close, her lips brushing his ear. "Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She belongs here, and she belongs to me." Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Humiliation, fear, and a forbidden thrill collided in his chest. Am I really her? Is Jake gone? Every whisper from Clara, every approving nod, drew him deeper into the feminine identity he was trying to resist and yet secretly craved. Clara had brought him to the mall for practice, and practice he would have. She guided him to a small cafe kiosk, instructing him to order a drink. Jake's voice trembled as he spoke, soft and high-pitched. I'd like a cappuccino, please." The barista smiled politely, unconcerned, but Jake's cheeks burned with embarrassment. Clara's gaze lingered on him approvingly. "Perfect. She's learning. Every gesture, every word, she's becoming her. And she's beautiful." Next, Clara led him through clothing stores, encouraging him to try on delicate dresses, skirts, and tops. Every fabric that brushed against him reminded him of his vulnerability, yet a secret thrill coursed through him. He hesitated at first, fumbling with the buttons, adjusting straps, blushing at his reflection. Clara patiently guided him, touching his hands, correcting posture, smoothing the fabric over his curves. "You see," she whispered, "she's learning. And she's beautiful. Every step makes her stronger and more delicate." Jake's mind spun. Shame, desire, and confusion collided. He wanted to run, but a small, trembling part of him wanted to obey, to submit, to become fully the girl Clara was shaping him into. Passing other shoppers, Jake felt eyes linger. Some were curious, some admiring. Every glance intensified his humiliation and simultaneously fed a strange, forbidden thrill. Clara leaned close, whispering, "She's learning to handle attention. Let them see her. Let her feel it. She's beautiful, and she knows it." Jake swallowed, heart pounding. "Beautiful? Me?" The word had become a chain around his chest, heavy, intoxicating, and inescapable. By the end of the afternoon, Clara led him to a quiet corner with floor-to-ceiling mirrors. "Tomorrow," she whispered, her voice soft but commanding, "we take her to the park. Real people, real eyes, real attention. Let's see if she can survive and enjoy it." Jake's knees trembled. Fear, shame, and excitement churned violently inside him. He looked at his reflection, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake? Or am I truly becoming her? The question hung heavy in the air, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission and self-discovery. The morning was crisp, with a gentle breeze ruffling the leaves along the park path. Jake's stomach churned as Clara led him to the park entrance. The sounds of children playing, joggers passing, and couples chatting in the distance made his pulse race. Every step outside her house and the mall had been challenging, but today felt like stepping into an arena. Clara's hand rested lightly on his lower back, guiding him forward. Her eyes glinted with amusement and authority. Today, she faces the world fully. She will walk, talk, and exist as her, and everyone will notice. Jake's knees trembled. His pleated skirt swayed with every step, heels clicking softly against the concrete. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and terrified, but a strange, forbidden thrill coursed through him. Am I really ready for this? Clara led him down the path, subtly adjusting his posture. Relax, she whispered. She's beautiful. Let people see her. Every glance, every stare, it's her power. Jake forced himself to mimic the graceful sway she had taught him. Each step was a battle, heels wobbling, skirt brushing against his thighs, but Clara's presence reassured him, even as it reminded him of his submission. People glanced as they passed, some whispering, some staring. Every glance made Jake's cheeks burn, his pulse quicken. Shame and humiliation twisted together with a curious thrill he couldn't deny. A large puddle caught Jake's reflection as he walked. He stopped, staring at the delicate girl in the water's surface. High cheekbones, wide eyes, trembling posture. It was him, but not him. Clara's voice came softly from behind. Look at her, she whispered, brushing his hair behind his ear. Isn't she beautiful? She belongs to the world and to me. Jake swallowed hard, tears pricking his eyes. Every whisper, every approving glance, drew him further into submission. Shame, desire, and awe collided inside him. Am I truly becoming her? Clara decided it was time to test him further. Approach that bench, she instructed, pointing to a nearby couple reading. She will introduce herself and ask for directions. Jake's chest tightened. Talking to strangers? His voice high-pitched, soft, trembling. He felt exposed like never before. But Clara's gentle touch and firm gaze anchored him. He approached, voice wavering. Excuse me, could you tell me which way to the fountain? The couple smiled politely. Jake's heart raced. They don't know I'm. Clara's whisper came like silk and steel. She's doing perfectly. Every word, every glance, she is hers now. Humiliation and thrill collided inside him. His cheeks burned, knees shook, and yet he obeyed. He felt himself shifting deeper into her, into submission, into feminine presence, into Clara's control. After the task, Clara guided him to a park bench. Jake's hands trembled as he lowered himself onto the wood. The weight of the day, the exposure, the whispers, and the growing realization that he was no longer just Jake overwhelmed him. Tears slipped down his cheeks. Clara knelt beside him, brushing them away. It's okay. She's learning. She belongs here, in her world, with me. Jake's chest tightened. Shame, humiliation, fear, and a strange excitement mingled into a storm he couldn't escape. He wanted to run, to scream, to be Jake again, but another part of him, trembling and flushed, wanted to surrender completely. Clara stood, extending a hand. Come, she said softly but firmly. We're not finished. The park is full of eyes. She will walk, she will exist, she will be beautiful. Jake took her hand, feeling the finality of her dominance. Every step further cemented his submission. Every glance, every whisper from strangers, every soft instruction from Clara reinforced the new identity he was stepping into. As they left the park, Clara whispered, voice low and intoxicating. Tomorrow, she will meet someone new. Someone who will see her, desire her, and confirm what she truly is. Let's see how she handles that and how far she's come. Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, anticipation, and a forbidden thrill churned inside him. He looked at his reflection in a car window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission, discovery, and inevitable transformation. The sun was beginning to dip behind the city skyline, painting the streets with golden hues as Clara led Jake into a small, cozy cafe. His pleated skirt swayed nervously with each step, and the soft blouse hugged his frame like a constant reminder of how far he had come from being Jake. Clara's hand rested lightly on his back, guiding him. Today, she meets someone new, she said softly. Someone who will see her, truly see her. Let's see how she handles that. Jake's stomach twisted. Meet someone? What if they notice? What if they see through me? Fear and excitement churned in his chest like a storm. At a corner table sat a young man, maybe a year older than Jake, with warm eyes and a casual smile. Clara approached confidently, and Jake followed, stiff-legged and trembling. This is Ethan, Clara introduced smoothly. Jake, or rather she, meet Ethan. Jake froze.
She?
My name? What's happening to me? Ethan smiled warmly. Hey, it's nice to meet you. His gaze lingered, curious but kind. Jake's voice trembled. Hello, nice to meet you too. Clara's eyes sparkled with subtle amusement. Perfect, she whispered. She's learning. Every word, every gesture, she's becoming her. And she's beautiful. They ordered drinks, and the conversation began. Jake struggled at first, voice high-pitched, soft, hesitant. But Ethan's genuine curiosity and warmth began to ease his nerves. You have really pretty eyes, Ethan said casually, his words innocent but direct. Jake froze, cheeks flaming. Pretty?
Eyes?
His pulse quickened, a mix of shame, embarrassment, and a forbidden thrill racing through him. Clara leaned close, whispering softly. See? She's beautiful. Let it sink in. Let her feel it. Jake's mind whirled. Shame collided with desire, humiliation tangled with excitement. Every word Ethan spoke, every glance he offered, deepened the internal conflict. Was he still Jake, or was he truly becoming her? As the conversation progressed, Ethan reached out to adjust a strand of hair that had fallen across Jake's face. This simple touch made Jake's heart flutter uncontrollably. He flinched slightly, and Clara's hand on his back reminded him who truly controlled him. She's learning, Clara whispered. Every reaction, every tremble, it's hers to feel. And she belongs to me. Jake's knees trembled. Humiliation and submission mixed with the strange thrill of Ethan's attention. He wanted to pull away, to retreat into Jake's familiar identity, but a part of him longed to remain, to be vulnerable, to experience the delicate sensations of being noticed as her. After a few minutes, they stepped outside into the evening air. Ethan walked beside Jake, chatting casually. Jake felt his heart pound with every step, every word, every glance. In a reflective window, he caught his image, delicate, feminine, trembling slightly. The girl staring back was him, but not him. Clara's voice came like silk and steel. Look at her. She's beautiful. She belongs to the world, to him, and to me. She is hers now. Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Fear, excitement, shame, and desire collided in a storm he could not control. He wanted to run, but another part of him wanted to stay, to submit, to feel, to exist as her. As they parted ways, Ethan gave a small, lingering smile. See you tomorrow? He asked. Jake nodded, cheeks burning, knees weak. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and undeniably feminine. Clara's hand rested on his back, warm and commanding. Tomorrow, she whispered, we take her even further. She will be tested with strangers, with attention, with desire. Let's see if she can truly accept herself. Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, anticipation, and a strange longing churned inside him. He looked at his reflection in a shop window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission, self-discovery, and inevitable transformation. The evening air was cooler now, carrying the faint scent of streetlights and jasmine from nearby gardens. Clara's apartment glowed warmly as they entered. Jake's knees trembled slightly with anticipation. Tonight was different. This was formal, public, and highly scrutinized. Clara guided him to the bedroom where several evening dresses were laid out, sleek, elegant, and form-fitting. Each one seemed to whisper an unspoken command. Be her. Be beautiful. Be submissive. Clara held up a midnight blue satin gown, its fabric shimmering under the warm light. This one, she said softly, will show the world who she is. Every curve, every line, perfect. Jake hesitated, swallowing hard. The silky material felt foreign against his skin, and the thought of public exposure made his stomach churn. He tugged nervously at the hem, cheeks flaming. Clara's hand gently rested on his arm. Relax. She is perfect. Let it embrace her. He nodded slowly, letting her guide him into the dress. The satin clung to his slender frame, accentuating his growing feminine curves. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and yet an unfamiliar thrill coursed through him. Clara guided him to the vanity. Each brush stroke was deliberate, meticulous. Powder, blush, eyeliner, every step transformed him further. Look at her, Clara whispered, gently brushing mascara on his lashes. She's beautiful. Own it. Jake stared at his reflection. The boy he had been was gone, replaced by delicate, feminine features. Wide, expressive eyes, soft lips, and a trembling elegance that felt foreign and intoxicating. Humiliation and excitement collided inside him. Every touch, every adjustment, every whispered word from Clara reminded him of how far he had come and how much he had surrendered. Clara led him to a high-end hotel lobby for dinner with some of her colleagues. The chandeliers sparkled like stars, the polished floors reflected every step, and the crowd was a sea of observing eyes. Jake's heart pounded. Every glance, every whisper, every subtle smile from strangers intensified his anxiety and humiliation. He followed Clara, heels clicking, posture corrected, hands folded delicately. Relax, Clara whispered. She's perfect. Let the world see her. Let them admire her. As they approached the dining table, several colleagues glanced up, surprised by Jake's delicate, feminine appearance. She's stunning, one murmured. Absolutely beautiful. Jake froze. The word beautiful felt like a blow and a caress simultaneously. Heat rushed to his cheeks, and his chest tightened. Humiliation and forbidden thrill intertwined. Clara smiled, a subtle dominance in her eyes. Thank you, she said softly. She's been learning and she's perfect. Every word chipped away at the remnants of Jake's old identity. Every compliment, every approving gaze, every whisper of admiration pushed him further into submission, further into being her. Passing a mirrored wall near the elevator, Jake caught his reflection again. The delicate figure staring back was undeniably feminine, trembling slightly, eyes wide with nervousness, yet undeniably alluring. Clara leaned close, whispering, "Look at her. See what she's become. Isn't she beautiful? She belongs to me and she belongs to herself now." Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Shame, embarrassment, and thrill collided. He wanted to run, but another part of him, trembling, flushed, and electrified, wanted to stay, to embrace this identity, to feel the power and humiliation intertwined. Later, Clara guided him to a small lounge in the hotel. Soft music played, and couples danced elegantly. Clara held out her hand. "Come," she whispered. "She will dance. She will be admired. She will be hers." Jake's stomach twisted. He hesitated, but her hand was firm yet gentle, guiding him into the center. Every step in heels, every sway of the dress, every glance from onlookers amplified the tension. Humiliation, submission, and a strange, forbidden thrill coursed through him. By the end of the dance, Jake's knees trembled. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and undeniably feminine. Clara's whispered praise in his ear cemented his submission. As they left the hotel, Clara's hand rested lightly on his back. Tomorrow, she whispered, voice low and intoxicating, we take her to the ultimate test. Public attention, strangers, and her first full validation, all eyes on her. Let's see if she can truly accept herself. Jake's heart raced. Fear, shame, anticipation, and desire twisted in a storm. He glanced at his reflection in a car window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question remained unanswered, hanging heavy in the air, leaving him on the edge of submission, self-discovery, and inevitable transformation. The night air buzzed with excitement as Clara led Jake toward the grand gala hall. Elegant music floated through the streets, and the glow of chandeliers inside promised scrutiny, attention, and judgment. Jake's heart pounded. Every step in heels felt like walking on a tightrope over a pit of nerves and anticipation. Clara's hand rested firmly on his lower back, guiding him forward. Tonight, she will be seen by everyone. She will be admired, envied, and tested. Let's see if she can survive and shine. Jake's stomach churned. Everyone will see, everyone will know. His knees trembled, and a heat of humiliation surged through him. Yet, under Clara's gaze, a forbidden thrill whispered, she can do this. She must. The hall was a swirl of glittering gowns, polished shoes, and polite laughter. Jake's eyes widened, cheeks burning. The room felt immense, the crowd scrutinizing every detail. He felt exposed, fragile, and unbearably feminine. Clara guided him along the red carpet. Every click of his heels echoed like a drumbeat of judgment. People glanced, some paused, some whispered. She's stunning, murmured a woman nearby. Jake froze, chest tightening. The word stunning struck him like fire, humiliation and thrill wove into a storm inside him. Clara leaned close, voice low and commanding.
See? She's perfect.
Let the world notice. Every gaze, every word, she belongs to this world now. Clara introduced Jake to a circle of influential guests. Jake's voice trembled as he greeted them, high-pitched, soft, hesitant. Each handshake, each smile, each compliment made his heart race and cheeks burn. She's absolutely beautiful, one of the guests said, eyes sparkling with genuine admiration. Jake's breath caught. He wanted to shrink away, to retreat into the safety of Jake, but Clara's steady hand on his back reminded him of his submission. Perfect, she whispered. Every word, every glance, she is hers now. And she is beautiful. Humiliation, submission, and a strange excitement coursed through him. Every compliment was a chain pulling him further into her feminine identity. Clara led him to the dance floor, the music slow and intoxicating. Couples swayed gracefully around them. Jake's knees trembled, but Clara held his hand firmly. Let her move, she whispered. Every step, every sway, perfect. Show them who she is. Jake forced himself to move in rhythm, each step a battle. His skirt swayed, heels clicked, and eyes followed him. Humiliation and thrill merged, a heady mixture he could not escape. As he glanced at his reflection in a mirrored wall, he barely recognized the trembling, delicate girl staring back. The boy he had been seemed impossibly distant. Clara guided him past a mirrored column. The reflection was undeniable. Slender curves, high cheekbones, soft lips, delicate posture. The audience's eyes reinforced what the mirror showed. Clara whispered, voice low and intoxicating. See her. She is beautiful. She belongs to me and to herself. Every gaze confirms it. Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Fear, shame, and forbidden excitement collided. He wanted to run, to scream, to reclaim Jake, but another part of him trembled with longing to surrender fully, to be admired, to exist completely as her. By the end of the night, Jake's knees shook. The weight of attention, the whispers, the mirrored reflections, and Clara's constant guidance brought him to the edge of emotional collapse. Clara knelt, brushing his hair back from his face. Sho, it's okay. She is learning. She is hers now. Every step, every glance, every word perfect. She is beautiful. Humiliation, submission, and exhilaration coursed through him. Tears ran freely now. He wanted to escape, yet another part of him longed to stay, to submit, to embrace the identity he could no longer deny. As they left the gala, Clara whispered, her voice both soft and commanding. Tomorrow, she will face the ultimate public test. Crowds, strangers, admiration, desire, all eyes on her. Let's see if she can fully accept herself, or if the world will break her. Jake's stomach churned. Fear, anticipation, and forbidden thrill twisted inside him. He looked at his reflection in the car window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake? Or am I completely hers now? The question hung heavy, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission, identity crisis, and inevitable transformation. The soft glow of Clara's apartment cast warm shadows across the room. The gala had ended hours ago, but Jake's body still trembled from the evening. The attention, the whispers, the mirrored reflections, every glance searing into his mind. Clara closed the door behind them, turning to face him with that gentle yet commanding gaze. Sit, she instructed softly, pointing to the velvet armchair. Jake's legs felt weak. He obeyed immediately, lowering himself delicately into the chair, heels clicking softly against the floor. Every movement reminded him how exposed, fragile, and feminine he had become. Clara guided him to the full-length mirror. Look, she whispered. Really look. Jake's eyes traced the delicate curves of the dress, the soft sway of his hair, the trembling elegance of his posture. The reflection was undeniably feminine, undeniably him but not him. Clara knelt beside him, voice low and intoxicating. See her. She's beautiful. And she's yours to be, yours to feel, yours to understand. She's perfect. Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Humiliation, desire, and submission collided violently. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm me anymore, he whispered, voice trembling. Clara placed a gentle hand on his cheek, tilting his face toward hers. Jake, or her, the choice is already made.
You're hers now.
You've become her.
And that's okay.
It's beautiful. Jake's knees trembled. He couldn't escape the truth any longer. I liked the attention. I liked being called beautiful. But I feel ashamed. I feel lost. Clara's lips curved in a subtle, knowing smile. Exactly. That's the point. The humiliation, the submission, the desire, it's all part of her awakening. You're discovering who she is, and you're learning to accept it. Jake shook his head, tears spilling freely. But I'm scared. What if I can't go back? Clara's hand tightened gently on his shoulder. Then you don't. Then she stays. She thrives. She becomes complete. And every moment of fear, every blush, every tremble, only makes her stronger, more delicate, more beautiful. Clara guided him to kneel before her, a symbolic act of trust and submission. She belongs to me, Clara whispered, and she belongs to herself. Let go. Feel it. Accept it. Jake's body trembled, heart pounding violently. Every muscle resisted and obeyed at the same time. Shame, humiliation, desire, and a forbidden thrill coursed through him. He looked into Clara's eyes, tears streaking his cheeks. I wanna be her. But I'm scared. Clara's hand cupped his chin, tilting his face to hers. Good. That fear, that hesitation, it's what makes her real. Embrace it. Let it guide you. She's yours now, fully. Jake sank to the floor, knees folded delicately beneath him. His reflection in the mirror showed a trembling, delicate girl staring back, eyes wide with fear, lips quivering, but undeniably feminine. Am I really her? Can I really stay this way? His mind screamed for Jake, for the old self, but his heart trembled with longing to remain, to submit, to exist as her. Clara knelt beside him, whispering, every tear, every blush, every heartbeat, she is beautiful. And she belongs to this world and to me. Accept it. The trembling intensified, but for the first time, Jake felt a strange, forbidden peace. He was scared, exposed, and vulnerable, but also alive in a way he never had been. As Clara stood, brushing a strand of hair from his face, she whispered, voice low and commanding. Tomorrow we introduce her to someone new. Someone who will see her completely and test her limits. Let's see if she can fully accept herself and the life she's becoming. Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, anticipation, shame, and desire churned inside him. He glanced at his reflection, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, unanswered, leaving him on the edge of submission, emotional vulnerability, and irreversible transformation. The morning sun filtered through the cafe windows, casting warm light on the polished wooden tables. Jake's heels clicked softly against the floor as Clara guided him to a small corner table. Today's plan was deliberate. Introduce Jake, now fully her, to public romantic attention. Jake's chest tightened. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and tense. Every step outside, every glance from strangers in previous days had built him up to this point, but today would be different. Today, someone would desire her openly, and Jake could no longer hide behind excuses. A young man approached, tall, confident, and casually stylish. His eyes immediately locked on Jake, a mix of curiosity and admiration in his gaze. This is Ryan, Clara said smoothly, guiding Jake forward. Jake, or rather she, meet Ryan. Jake froze, pulse racing.
She?
My name?
My body?
My voice. His voice trembled as he replied, hello, nice to meet you. Ryan's smile was warm, genuine, but it carried an intensity that made Jake's cheeks flush. He felt the eyes of the world on him, or, at least, it felt that way. Clara leaned close, whispering, see? He notices. Every glance, every word confirms her existence. She is hers now. As they talked, Ryan's attention focused entirely on Jake. Compliments, playful teasing, subtle touches of the hand, all innocent on the surface, but electrifying to Jake's trembling nerves. You have the most beautiful eyes, Ryan said softly. Jake's chest constricted. His cheeks flamed. The words beautiful and her intertwined with shame, desire, and a growing sense of self-awareness. Clara's whisper followed him like a ghost. She's perfect. Let him see her, let her feel it. She belongs to him, to the world, and to me. Every laugh, every blush, every accidental brush of Ryan's hand sent Jake's mind spiraling. Humiliation and arousal mingled, creating a storm he had never felt before. I'm trembling. I'm so exposed, and yet I want him to notice me. Clara's hand rested on his lower back, grounding him, controlling him. Her voice whispered, feel it. Embrace it. She's yours now, and she is hers. Jake's knees shook. Part of him wanted to run, to retreat to the safety of Jake, the boy, but another part, trembling and flushed, wanted to stay, to be admired, to exist fully as her. Ryan reached out to tuck a strand of hair behind Jake's ear. The simple gesture made his heart pound violently, heat rushing to his face. Clara's voice, soft and commanding, guided him. She is beautiful. Let him touch her. Feel it. Accept it. She is hers to be. Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Fear, humiliation, desire, and thrill combined into a single, overwhelming sensation. He wanted to escape, but another part of him shivered with longing to remain, to submit, to experience this forbidden connection. Passing a polished window, Jake glimpsed his reflection. The girl staring back was delicate, trembling, and undeniably feminine. Every glance from Ryan confirmed it. Every blush, every smile, every trembling knee reinforced the truth. He was becoming her fully. Clara's whisper in his ear, see her. She is beautiful. She belongs to him, to the world, and to herself. Every glance validates her. Jake's lips quivered. Humiliation, thrill, and desire intertwined. He wanted to run, but a deeper part of him yearned to stay, to embrace this identity, to surrender fully to her and Clara's control. As they left the cafe, Ryan gave a lingering glance and a soft smile. Clara's hand rested firmly on Jake's back, guiding him forward. "Tomorrow," she whispered, voice low and intoxicating, "she will face her first full public test with strangers, attention, and desire. Let's see if she can truly accept herself and the life she's becoming." Jake's stomach churned. Fear, anticipation, shame, and forbidden thrill twisted inside him. He looked at his reflection in a passing car window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake? Or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, leaving him on the edge of submission, emotional vulnerability, and irreversible transformation. The evening air was thick with excitement as Clara led Jake toward the city's most exclusive shopping plaza. Neon lights reflected on polished windows, and the chatter of the crowd hinted at constant scrutiny. Tonight, Jake would face his first real social exposure, where strangers' eyes, whispers, and judgments would test his feminine identity to the extreme. Jake's knees trembled beneath his pleated skirt. The heels clicked against the pavement with each step, a sound that seemed amplified, announcing him to the world. His chest tightened. Every glance from passers-by felt like a spotlight, illuminating his every imperfection. Clara's hand rested firmly on his lower back. "Tonight," she whispered, voice low and commanding, "she will be admired, envied, and tested. Let's see if she can fully embrace who she is." The crowd parted slightly as they walked in, the subtle swish of Jake's skirt drawing attention. Every stare, every hushed comment felt like an arrow piercing his chest. "She's stunning," a woman whispered. Jake's cheeks burned. Stunning? Beautiful? His heart raced violently. Humiliation, thrill, and arousal intertwined in a storm inside him. Clara's presence anchored him, yet simultaneously reminded him how exposed he truly was. Clara guided him toward a boutique. "We'll start here." Every glance, every compliment she must absorb. Every whisper confirms her existence. Jake's voice trembled as he responded to the store clerk's greetings, high-pitched and delicate. Every compliment on his hair, his dress, or his posture sent a shiver through him, part shame, part forbidden pleasure. "You look amazing," said the clerk, eyes lingering. Jake froze, cheeks flaming. Clara whispered softly, "See? She's perfect." Every word, every gaze reinforces her femininity. She belongs here. Passing a floor-to-ceiling mirror, Jake stopped. The reflection was undeniable. Delicate curves, trembling posture, flushed cheeks, wide eyes. The girl staring back was undeniably feminine and undeniably vulnerable. Clara leaned close, voice intoxicating. "See her. She's yours now to feel, to admire, to surrender. She is beautiful and she belongs to me." Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Fear, shame, and thrill collided violently. Part of him wanted to run, retreat to the safety of Jake, the boy, but another part quivered with longing to submit, to exist fully as her. As they moved through the crowd, strangers openly glanced, whispered, and admired. Some even complimented him directly. Each comment, each lingering gaze, made his cheeks burn hotter and his heart pound faster. Clara's hand guided him, steady and commanding. "Absorb it. Every look, every word, she is hers now. She belongs to the world, to desire, and to me." The sensation was overwhelming. Humiliation and arousal intertwined. He trembled under the eyes of strangers, yet a part of him craved it, craved the validation, the attention, the thrill of being seen as delicate, beautiful, and feminine. By the time they reached a quiet corner, Jake's knees shook. The combined weight of public attention, mirrored reflections, and Clara's whispered commands brought him to the brink of emotional collapse. Clara knelt, brushing a loose strand of hair from his face. "It's okay, she is learning. She is hers now. Every gaze, every word, every blush perfect. She is beautiful." Jake's lips quivered. Tears streamed freely as he sank to the floor, knees folded delicately beneath him. Shame, arousal, and submission collided. He wanted to escape, yet another part of him longed to stay, to submit fully, to embrace the girl he was becoming. As Clara helped him stand, whispering in his ear, "Tomorrow, she will face her first romantic public interaction, fully exposed. Let's see if she can accept the attention, the desire, and the reality of being hers." Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, anticipation, shame, and forbidden thrill churned inside him. He glanced at his reflection in a nearby window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, leaving him on the edge of submission, public scrutiny, and irreversible transformation. The soft glow of the late afternoon sun streamed through the cafe windows as Jake perched nervously on the edge of the chair. Clara sat beside him, her hand lightly resting on his lower back. Today's plan was deliberate. Introduce him to a romantic connection that would test his submission, desire, and feminine identity. Jake's knees trembled beneath his skirt. He felt exposed, vulnerable, and painfully aware of his feminine curves. Every step outside, every glance from strangers, had built him up, but today, desire would enter the equation, complicating everything. Ryan appeared at the table, his confident smile immediately locking on Jake. There was no hiding this time. Every inch of him was seen, every feature scrutinized, every glance laden with admiration. "Hi again," Ryan said warmly. "You look amazing." Jake's chest tightened. His heart raced, cheeks burning. Every word, every look, every subtle compliment carried validation and danger. He was being desired, seen, and judged all at once. Clara leaned close, whispering, "See? He desires her. Every glance, every word confirms her. She is hers to be, hers to feel." Ryan's hand brushed gently against Jake's as they reached for their drinks. Heat surged through Jake's body, mixing humiliation and arousal. "You have the most beautiful eyes," Ryan said softly. Jake froze, pulse pounding. The word beautiful was a knife and a caress simultaneously. Part of him wanted to pull away, to retreat into Jake, the boy, but another part trembled, longing to be admired, to exist fully as her. Clara's soft voice whispered, "Feel it. Every touch, every word, she belongs to him and to herself." Jake's mind raced. "I'm blushing, trembling. I feel something I shouldn't. Is this desire? Is this submission? Am I still me?" Tears pricked his eyes. Fear and excitement collided violently. He wanted to escape, yet every glance from Ryan, every subtle compliment, every fleeting touch made his heart ache with longing. Clara placed a gentle hand on his chin, tilting his face toward her. "Good. That feeling, that hesitation, it's her awakening. She's discovering who she is. And that is beautiful." Ryan leaned closer, voice low and smooth. "I can't stop looking at you, you're stunning." Jake's knees trembled, body shivering. Humiliation and forbidden thrill surged. Clara's hand on his back was grounding yet controlling. "You like it, don't you?" Clara whispered softly. "You like being seen, admired, desired. Admit it to yourself." Jake's lips quivered. I don't know. I'm scared." Clara smiled, her gaze sharp and commanding. "Then let her feel it. Let her enjoy it and learn who she is." Passing a reflective glass window, Jake caught his reflection. The girl staring back was delicate, trembling, and undeniably feminine. Every glance from Ryan reinforced it, every blush confirmed it. Clara's whisper, "See her, she is beautiful. She belongs to the world, to desire and to me." Humiliation, arousal, and submission collided. Jake's lips quivered, heart pounding. He wanted to escape, yet another part longed to remain, to surrender fully, to exist as her. As they left the cafe, Clara whispered, voice low and intoxicating, "Tomorrow, she will face the ultimate romantic challenge, full attention, desire, and validation from a man she cannot resist. Let's see if she can truly accept herself and the life she's becoming." Jake's stomach churned. Fear, anticipation, shame, and forbidden thrill intertwined. He glanced at his reflection in a passing window, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, leaving him on the edge of romantic desire, submission, and irreversible feminine transformation. The dim lighting of Clara's bedroom cast a warm glow over the room. Jake sat on the edge of the bed, knees trembling beneath his skirt, heels clicking softly against the floor. The day had been relentless. Public exposure, romantic attention, mirrored reflections, and Clara's commanding whispers had pushed him to the brink. Clara stood before him, every inch of her presence radiating dominance and control. Her gaze pierced him, soft yet unyielding. Tonight, she will fully surrender, Clara said. Every fear, every blush, every heartbeat will belong to her and to me. Jake swallowed hard, heart pounding violently. Am I ready? Can I truly let go? The thought of giving himself completely to Clara, to the identity he had become, made his chest tighten with fear and an undeniable thrill. Clara guided him to the full-length mirror. Look at her, she whispered. Jake's eyes traced the delicate curves, soft lines, and trembling elegance reflected back. The girl staring back was undeniably feminine, undeniably exposed, and undeniably his new self. You see her? Clara asked softly. Every glance confirms her existence. Every word, every blush, she is beautiful. She is hers fully. Tears pricked Jake's eyes. Shame, desire, and a forbidden excitement collided violently. Part of him wanted to run, to reclaim Jake, the boy, but another part quivered, longing to embrace the girl he had become, to submit fully, to be seen and admired. Clara's hand rested gently on his cheek. It's okay. Let go.
Cry.
Tremble. Feel everything. She is yours now, and she is hers. Jake sank to the floor, knees folded beneath him, trembling. Tears streamed freely. Every experience, every compliment, every touch, every glance from Ryan, every whispered command from Clara had led him here. I don't know who I am anymore, Jake whispered, voice breaking. Clara's gaze softened, yet remained commanding. You are her, and that is beautiful. She is delicate, strong, and fully alive. Let her exist. Let her feel. Clara guided him into a kneeling position before her, a symbolic act of complete trust and surrender. She belongs to me and to herself. Let her accept it fully. Jake's body trembled violently, heart pounding. Humiliation, arousal, fear, and longing intertwined. He wanted to flee, yet another part of him shivered with anticipation, yearning to remain, to submit, to experience the girl he had become fully. Clara cupped his chin, tilting his face to hers.
Good.
That hesitation, that fear, it's her awakening. She's discovering herself, and that is perfect. She is beautiful. The memory of Ryan's gaze, his compliments, his gentle touches, merged with Clara's dominance. Every blush, every tremble, every shiver was magnified. Jake felt a heady, intoxicating mixture of humiliation, desire, and acceptance. Tears streamed freely. He whispered, voice trembling. I think I like being her, but I'm scared. Clara smiled, brushing his hair back gently. Then let her feel it.
She is hers now.
Every glance, every touch, every heartbeat confirms it. She belongs fully to this life, to desire and to me. As Clara stood, brushing a strand of hair from his face, she whispered, voice low and commanding. Tomorrow she will meet him again. And this time she will face desire, attention, and temptation fully exposed. Let's see if she can resist, or if she will surrender completely to who she is. Jake's stomach twisted. Fear, anticipation, shame, and forbidden thrill churned inside him. He glanced at his reflection in the mirror, a delicate, trembling girl staring back. Am I Jake, or am I fully hers now? The question hung heavy, leaving him on the edge of submission, romantic temptation, and irreversible feminine transformation. The morning sun spilled gently across the room, illuminating every detail of the life Jake had slowly come to inhabit. The reflection in the full-length mirror showed a delicate, confident girl, soft curves, polished makeup, and a glow that radiated both vulnerability and strength. Jake, or rather, she now, stood quietly, letting the reality settle in. Every tear, every blush, every humiliation, every whispered command from Clara had led here. She was no longer just Jake, trembling and uncertain. She was herself, beautiful, feminine, and undeniably alive. Clara's hand rested lightly on her shoulder, warm and grounding. "Look at her," she said softly. She gazed into the mirror. The girl reflected back was stunning, trembling slightly, but standing tall in her own way. "This is me," she thought, heart racing. "This is who I am now, and it's okay." The mirror reflected not just physical transformation, but a psychological and emotional rebirth. All the fear, all the humiliation, all the arousal, all the longing, they had led to this singular moment of self-acceptance. Clara whispered, "She is beautiful.
She is hers now.
And she belongs fully to herself, to desire, and to me." Later that day, Jake walked through the city streets with Clara. Heads turned, eyes lingered, compliments flowed naturally. She felt the familiar heat of attention, but this time it did not terrify her. Instead, it strengthened her. "She's radiant," someone murmured. Jake felt a thrill, not humiliation. She allowed herself to enjoy being called beautiful, stunning, admired. Every glance from strangers, every whisper, every lingering stare confirmed what she had fought to accept. She was herself now, and the world acknowledged it. Ryan appeared once more, his eyes immediately finding hers. This time, the attention was different, welcoming, admiring, and filled with undeniable desire. Jake felt herself relax, fully embracing the feminine identity that had once terrified her. "You're incredible," Ryan said softly, smiling. Jake's cheeks flushed, but this time, the warmth was pure and untainted by fear. She realized that she could enjoy this connection without losing herself, because she had already accepted who she was. Clara's hand on her back was gentle, approving.
"See?
She belongs to the world now, fully and beautifully." As she walked through the crowd, heels clicking gracefully, skirts swaying delicately, she reflected on everything. "I am her, and it's beautiful. I am not Jake anymore, but that's okay. I am strong, delicate, desired, admired. I am myself fully." The fear of losing identity was replaced by an intoxicating sense of freedom. She could be feminine, delicate, admired, submissive, and still fully herself. The journey had been intense, humiliating, and emotional, but it had led her to this undeniable truth. Clara leaned close, whispering, "You've become her fully. Beautiful,
Confident, alive.
this is your life now, and it's perfect." Tears of relief, pride, and joy ran freely. Jake, now fully her, smiled, trembling but confident. She had surrendered, endured, and finally embraced the feminine identity that had once terrified her. The past, the fear, the humiliation, all of it had led to this. She was no longer running from herself. She was fully, undeniably herself. Weeks later, she walked through a bustling street, heels clicking, hair perfectly styled, dress flowing elegantly. Compliments and admiring glances greeted her. She no longer flinched at attention, she thrived in it. Clara watched proudly from a distance. "She is complete," she whispered. Beautiful, confident, and fully hers. Jake's former self was a memory now, faint, distant, almost unreal. She was a girl who had endured, transformed, and embraced her new life with all the vulnerability, thrill, and beauty it demanded. And as she passed a mirror, she smiled. The reflection that stared back was not just a girl, it was her. Strong, beautiful, and fully alive. The end of the journey, and the beginning of her life.